That was some bullshit. Okay, and I'm gonna definitely go ahead and explain myself. This is some bullshit. I gotta talk about this every time. It never fails. Now hold up. For everybody, just fall on in, fall on in. We're gonna give it a second. We're gonna restart that whole shit. Excuse my language. Oh man, we just started. Damn it, I said a curse word. I should just restart the whole thing over again. You know what I mean? That's how it is. You're not supposed to curse in the first 2 minutes, Nick. You already ruined it. You ruined it, man. Just like that. So it's all good. It's all good. It don't even matter now. I'm just going over. Everything's just off. So give a second. We're going to get everybody to fall back in. We back. Joshua Drake, my man, back. We back. Okay, just give a second. We're going to fall back in. Let's do this one more time. Okay, and hopefully we get it right this time. Hopefully. Hopefully. And I got to... Yo, I am never talking about Nintendo no more, man. I'm just not going... I cannot talk about Nintendo. I better not say nothing bad about Nintendo, man, ever. Every time, man. Every time I say something about bugs that flew in my eye. I done had my PC freeze. I done had oh my goodness. We back. Yeah, we back. We back, man. We back. You know, I'm just doing it. I'm just waiting till everybody just fall in. We had them here. You know, so excuse me. Just Nintendo, every time I say something about them, guess what happens? My PC crashes. Something freeze, something happen. I ain't talking about Nintendo no more. You know what? We're going to talk about Overwatch 2. But we're going to keep it very kosher when it comes to Nintendo. Overwatch 2 coming to the Nintendo Switch, guys. But Blizzard is going to have to make some compromises when they bring it to Nintendo Switch. That's all. It's a fabulous game on Nintendo Switch, though. It is not like it's going to be bad. The system is not as underpowered as I said before the stream cut out. It's not. It's definitely not. The stream cut out, and I rethought things while everything was rebooting. And you know what? I don't even know why I said that. You know, Nintendo's great. Mario just came over not that long ago. We hung out, man. He had the whole Here We Go pack, and we you know what I mean? We did the thing. I can't even be mad about it. I can't even be mad. But Overwatch 2, we're going to talk about. And we're going to be real quick and brief because I want to get through everything. And I got so much to talk about. Extra spicy. Okay. Now, let's see. I see. Oh, okay. My fault. I'm trying to get y'all in, man. I'm trying to do the thing. I see how it is. I can see you on there. I can't see you on there. You know, that's how I go. I don't even matter about all that. But anyway, let's get to the smoke. So Overwatch 2 coming to Nintendo Switch, but it's going to have to make some compromises, okay? And one thing I do not like, okay, is when compromises have to be made on such great games. Now, this game, Overwatch, I'm just going to talk for a second. Overwatch, the original, not 2. Overwatch was a game that I seen and I immediately said I got to jump into. And I got a friend, he know who he is. I ain't going to shout his name out. Who knows? He might be hiding from somebody, you know. Government stuff. Last time I talked about somebody, it was Nintendo had them. And we... Love you, Nintendo. Anyways, so he put me on to this game, and oh my God, that is tequila. Wow, I can't stand tequila. But anyways, so he put me on to this game, and as I played the game, I said, yo, this is a shooter, man. This is what I'm talking about. Can we hear the sounds? Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? That's what I'm talking about. I was like, yes. This is what I'm talking about. A shooter that got everybody involved. Somebody drop out, you know what's happening? Our whole team lose. We cannot afford it. I need everybody. Different characters, different special powers, different Yes. Bought into it. Now, to be honest, I probably played it like 5 times and never played it again. But fabulous masterpiece. Overwatch 2 is coming, and I'm going to be one that's going to jump into it right away. Of course, it's not better than Call of Duty. You folks know how I feel about Call of Duty. It is the best game ever made to man. Everyone. And you debate it. Let's debate it now. Talk about it. Any game you name. You can name, oh, Final Fantasy VII was the best game ever made. Not better than Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You know what I mean? Oh, this game. I love Nick. You know, Earthbound set the tone for RPGs for me. You know, it's nothing with first person shooters. They're totally different. No, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, bow, takes it out. So everything you say is Call of Duty, but nonetheless, Overwatch 2 is going to have to make some compromises for the Nintendo Switch. What I want to know is, how far are we going to go with this? No Switch Pro. Okay, where's the Switch Pro at? Somebody shout me out. Anybody got the Switch Pro? Anybody know what's up with that? Huh? You got some news for me? Drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Because I'll take the news right now. Okay, but if it ain't no Switch Pro, we're going to play with this Switch Lite. Or this OG Switch or version 2, Mariko, whatever you want to call it. All right? You can go ahead and do that. But I'm going to take my chances on playing it on an Xbox Series X or hell, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5, anything. But I'm not going to play it on the Switch. So this is where I think the Switch lacks. Now just think about all these people that play Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch. I've seen some people that are damn good on Fortnite Nintendo Switch. How? I don't know. But Nintendo Switch is not for the hardcore first-person shooters. Okay, that's me. That's just me. It's not. You can play Doom and there's some other great games. But when it comes to online, I don't turn to Nintendo Switch for first-person shooters typically. That's me. I turn to my Xbox. And also, I'm a Microsoft fanboy. I love my Nintendo Switch, though. Okay, Nintendo Switch is like this, like that close. All right? But they're going to have to make some compromises. Now, in an article here on Nintendo Life, shout out Nintendo Life, we'll go ahead and talk about it. But it says, some of the changes and new features to Overwatch 2 look incredible, such as higher detail, new way of rendering eyes and hair, and one I especially remember from the gameplay trailer in Rio Mission, the giant null sector ship in the sky. Okay, now they go blah, 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 blah. Don't care about that. Developer gets on. That's what I care about. Okay? As hardware has advanced since the launch of Overwatch, we are extending the Overwatch 2 engine with more high-end features. But however, we're also working hard to make sure all of our platforms get the best experience, even in PvE. Switch is a little more challenging though, as it is a piece of shit. We're trying to work hard with it. Nah, he didn't really say that. That's off the record. But he did say Switch is going to be a little more challenging than some, and we'll have to make some compromises there. For that reason, some of the higher end visual enhancements might not be visible there. Hell, might be Overwatch 1. But we'll focus on making sure all of the gameplay related features get in first, and then accentuate with additional features as much as possible. So what a developer just told you out of his own damn mouth, okay, a developer out of his own damn mouth said, I can put this on anything, man, everything. Oh, we gonna have this all over, but the Switch is gonna be challenging. Damn, that gotta say something. So I see out there, 20 frames per second. Yo, 20 frames. Hey, imagine you're going to have somebody ranked high. This is what the crazy thing about this stuff. It's like it's always some dude who plays on the system and is the best in the world at the system, and he's ranked. And you're like, how the hell do you do that? And he just spends his whole life on that system. I don't know how it works. But nonetheless, got that out the way, okay? Because I just wanted to go ahead and talk about Overwatch 2. I'm jumping right in. I'm always an Overwatch guy, okay? I love the first taste. The tequila aftertaste is so terrible. Who likes tequila? You know what I mean? Tequila's like, I don't know. I feel like when I drink tequila, I'm drinking the worm at the end of the bottle. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Every time. Just getting that feeling. But anyway, let's get to the smoke, man. The real. Oh, I've been waiting for this. This is what I've been waiting for, y'all. Y'all don't understand. My man, my main man, Booker T. Yes, hold up. I can't even start this without getting my man Booker the most respect he deserves, because my man Booker T is the five-time world champion. 5 time. Okay, I don't forget. Now, Booker, I'm sorry about the image, Booker. That's my bad. I shouldn't did that. But Booker, actually, this is a tough one for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and break this down. I don't even really need no articles or nothing. But if you want to go find the articles, you can just look it up. It's all over. Booker T loses the lawsuit to Activision over a Call of Duty character. Yes, my man Booker T. Yo, hold up. Chat. I'm gonna just move you over here because y'all see Profit, but y'all need to get a look at this Booker. Bow. That's Booker in his prime. No, I'm joking. I ain't Booker in his prime. I can show you Booker in his prime, but we're not even going to do that yet. But he actually lost the lawsuit to Activision. It seems as though he was saying that the character from Black Ops 4, known as Prophet, great character, great game. Y'all know how I feel about Call of Duty. I told you, best games ever made in the history of any games. But nonetheless, other than that, you'll see Prophet there. Now, what he's saying is that this character is very reminiscent of his character, G.I. Bro, and I'm not joking, okay? I'm not joking. I know stereotypical black shit that you would probably think, oh, G.I. Bro, G.I. Joe. No, it was G.I. Bro, okay? A character back in his old wrestling days. Now, y'all know Booker T. Matter of fact, you know, I'm going to get into the lawsuit part, but I just want you guys to see something. It is my most famous clip from Booker T. Now, this clip was so damn funny that I have not watched it in a very long time, just so I can watch it with you guys right now. And I'm going to go ahead and start it. And I want to pause and everything, because I just want to get the whole reaction and everything with you guys. I got to watch this with you, because I just remember when this happened. Thing is gonna happen. Okay, hold on. Y'all hear the sound. I'm going to pull it up on screen. Let me get me back. Now, I'm going to give y'all some reference to this before I jump into this clip. I remember when I first heard about this. And I was watching wrestling back in these days. If y'all don't know, I am 38 years old. I am that Saturday morning kid, and this came on in afternoon. I was ready for wrestling every Saturday. You had Samurai Sunday where they was doing the karate stuff. That was me as a kid. That's what we raised up on. Now you don't even matter. You get it all on social media anyway. But still, wrestling was one of those things that was, I don't care what you say. I don't think kids think it's real now. But back then... They played these characters to the heart. They wore it on their sleeves. Still to this day, Booker T has got his own damn YouTube doing stuff. You can go look him up. But this clip is when he called. I'm going to just play the clip. And y'all hear it.
In this four-quarter match. Let me tell you something, Gino. Can you out here talking about a clique? The only clique you need to know about is the Harlem Heat and Sister Sherry. See, because what you dealing with here is the brotherhood. It's non-stop from this point on in WCW. We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
It never gets old, man. Oh my God, man. Look at his face, man. The instant, look at Sister Sherry in the back, man. This is an instant moment, man. One more time, man. I'm getting flagged. It don't even matter. They're going to take all this. I'm done. I cursed it the first 2 minutes. We letting it all roll. Shit, why not? Whew, hold on. I'm going to get right. All
right. We coming for you, nigga.
What is up with this? Oh my God, man. One more time.
We're going to do it. It's going to happen in this four-quarter match. Let me tell you something, Gino. Can you out here talking about a clique? The only clique you need to know about is the Harlem Heat and Sister Sherry. See, because what you dealing with here is the brotherhood. It's non-stop from this point on in WCW. We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. I should point out for the record, Stevie Ray.
I'm done, y'all. I ain't gotta say nothing else, man. I ain't gotta say nothing else, man. The most famous clip for me of Booker T. I'm talking about I ride with Booker T, Mr. Harlem Heat, WCW, WWF, 5-time world champ for WWE, announcing the man is a legend. But that right there, man, took the icing on the cake. But anyway, Booker T, you're tripping. You came for Activision over the profit. And I'm going to tell you this. It is so many people that get ripped off on these characters, Booker T. You know why they get ripped off on these characters? Because this is a video game. And you can't sue anybody specifically for their attitude, the way they act, just because they act the same way, sound the same way. Chris Tucker on Friday goes, hey, what's going on, man? If I do, what's going on, man? You want to smoke a blunt with me or anything like that? It don't matter. You can't sue me. It's the way I'm acting. Unless I'm giving literal statements exactly like you doing, word for word, you can't state that. And the character does look very similar. I'm gonna be honest with you. Scary similar. Okay, damn near down to the T, everything. I ain't gonna lie. It looked like it. But you can't prove that because it's a video game world. And not only that, it was I wish I can find an image. And Booker, I don't want to do it, man, because you're my dog. You're my dog, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it. I damn near might find an image. I'm doing it. I'm gonna find the image. Here we go. I'm going to pull it up on screen right now. Okay, hold up. Let's get this on screen. Just because I want y'all to see. This is the image. Okay, we can close our watch too. That's some bullshit. But anyway. So, bam. There you go. So, Booker T on the left, Prophet on the right. Looks scary similar, right? Well, it goes to figure when they go in court. They said that everything from here down was a copy and paste from The Rock. It ain't even Booker T. And then I think they were right. He didn't even debate that, but he did say the face. That's why they circled the face and the expressions. He went into there. Booker T, man, you cannot win that one. That one, but I ain't gonna lie, it was a good shot. Because once you know, I ain't up there in that echelon. I'm gonna get there. But I ain't, once you up there in that echelon, you dealing with these court battles and things like that. You cannot win this one, man. And not only that, you win against Activision. Activision, man. Okay, Activision. Come on, man. You know they ain't going. They got the money. They ready to do this, man. Let's do it. Let's do it now, Booker T. You want another court date? Bow. Let's do it. Keep them coming. So, Booker T, shout out to you, man. You been my... Hold up, man. Hold up. Do I...
Can you dig it, nigga, sucker?
Cut that off, you know what I'm saying? That was the theme music. Booker T was the bomb, man. I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't even know. He was the five-time world champion. Okay, 5 times. Nonetheless, I had to get that off my chest. But he actually lost the lawsuit. Let's get straight to it. He lost the lawsuit, man. He did not win anything. It was found in Activision's favor. Okay, so which means he lost it. But he did go through with the lawsuit. The lawsuit started back in, and I want to pull up the facts on this because when I'm speaking about lawsuits and shit, I don't want to be, excuse my language, but then they hold me, accountable. So Booker T. Huffman's lawsuit started back in February of 2019 when his legal team sued Activision. Okay, that was back in 2019. We're in 2021, 2 years later. Imagine how many court dates that is, how much money that is. And my man lost. So shout out Booker T, man. I wish you could get that money back, man, because you is a legend in the game, man. You 5-time world. Hold up.
Can you dig it, nigga, sucker?
Yo, this was such typical black shit too, man. I'm telling you, it was just awesome back in the day. I don't know why. It was just awesome. I just loved it. It was great, man. It was just a great. WCW was like, and WWF was at the best. You had that was the man. Joshua Drake, drop my bomb for my man Joshua Drake. It don't even matter they taking away nothing. Cause they gonna flag me for all this. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do. I didn't got over it. Cause stuff like this, Joshua Drake. That's why I didn't got over it, man. Hold up. Gave me $2, $2. Give me $2. I don't even do it like that. I feel it today. Okay, so we gonna go ahead, move on. E3 2021 interviews. Now, I'm not gonna talk y'all to death. Y'all seen all the damn E3 interviews. I really gonna get extra spicy when it come to Xbox though. I'm gonna get extra spicy. Oh my God, this next subject, I'm letting y'all know I'm getting extra spicy. Let me take a sip of the drink just before, because I need to get this going for the next subject. But we're going to start with the interviews. Oh, gosh, tequila's so horrible. So, I want to talk about the E3 2021 interviews. Yo, E3, I will be there next year. We'll be doing media. That shit is amazing. I just got to say that. Did all the interviews. Which interview did I like the best? It's a tough decision. I had so many interviews that I was involved in. It was just crazy, man. It was crazy. I can't even pick one. Played a lot of these indie games. Life Slide was a great title that I like. And I want to say shout out to my man Miko. Because Miko was the first interview I did. And y'all don't understand this. When you at E3, okay, and hold up. Let me zoom back. Let me pull me up on big screen. Because that's the problem. Talking about E3 and I ain't on big screen. I got to respect myself. Now, E3, everybody says, hell, you made it to media E3, Nick. Wow, that's nice. But I was always like, it's digital. It's not a big deal. No, it was still a big deal. I got a whole week to speak with a bunch of developers, indie developers, big names. I mean, Blankos, I really think has the potential to be the next big Roblox or the next big Minecraft, Fortnite. And I got to actually have an interview with the senior is what I said in the actual video. He corrected me on that though. But the senior level designer. And man, that's amazing. But anyways, Miko was the first interview I did. And I'm going to tell y'all how I am. I said, oh my God, oh, I got E3 2021 media. What the hell can I do? And I got in. It was just a bunch of shit. It was a shit show. I'm not gonna lie, because they was trying to work with something brand new. They never done it. Like, let's be honest. So I get in there. I'm looking at all these booths, and I can drop business cards and talk to. I don't know. So I just really start reaching out to people direct. I start just hitting up people's Instagrams, Twitters, and everything like that. And I just start setting up interviews. My first interview I did was at midnight. But guess what? It was 8 a.m. in damn Bulgaria. So I didn't even know that. It might be 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., not sure it's around the time, but it was morning time. I'm hitting it at midnight for my first interview. So it was crazy. So I do all the interviews, got all, like, damn near all the titles either on my wish list or I have already testing them. I'm going to be playing them live, so you guys will see it. Some of those have actually released, but some are only on demo. So we got, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that extra spicy. But these interviews were amazing, and I just want to say we're going to continue doing that. I will continue doing interviews. Everybody's been asking about the Team Executor interview. Alchemy Gaming, I have reached out to him, have spoken with him multiple times. Alchemy Gaming is my guy, and the reason I want to ask is because shout out all my SXOS Nintendo Switch homebrew users. Shout y'all out, because no matter how many versions they going up, y'all say, I ain't getting off my 11. My 11, boy, that's like a pair of Jordans in the hood. I got the 11s. I ain't giving up the 11s. I don't know which one of the 11s is. It might not be good. But nonetheless, that's how it is. They're not upgrading. They still running with the game. You see that? Shane, SXOS for life. Joshua Drake, support. They shouting them out. Team X, now that's crazy. Okay, my man Gary, you'd have been locked up, man. Okay, you probably they still repping Team Executor. You got him out here. But anyways, I had to clear my chest because I'm about to get spicy. Anyways, with the interviews out the way, they were great, fabulous interviews. My man Joe, shout out Joe. Joe was actually a part of some of those interviews. It was wonderful, man. We got to ask questions, learn inside things about a lot of the indie developers. And the indie developers have really just, opened my mind to how it's going to be when doing interviews for bigger games. So I can't wait next year where it's going to be in LA. I'm going to be in LA chopping it up. Okay, I'm going to be in LA chopping it up for E3 2022. Don't play with it. All right, but now that I'm done with that, let's get to the real business. Oh my God. Xbox. Oh my God. Pull myself back up. Let me go back. Let me pull myself back up. Yo, Xbox, Microsoft. Microsoft. I ain't even gonna give you another Microsoft. I gave Dr. Drake to. I can't do it like that. Xbox is the next box. Spicy, the best ever. Look at the background that I'm on. Pull it up on big screen if you can't see it. I think some of y'all blind. Pull it up on big screen. Do you see the game lineup? Who is beating that? I see why the EU said I don't know about, but that's the next. Microsoft, y'all need to chill. We need to look at this over. We got to look at this paperwork. Because what they about to bring us, God, what the hell is y'all, the Amazon of video games? What the pool? Pow, 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 pow. Holy, do I get... Oh my God. Damn, Microsoft, shoot. Stop. Okay, so let me just tell you what's happening in my mind as I'm watching this. I'm watching E3 2021. Now, I'm one of the people that's just like, yeah, I'm watching it, yeah. There was not, every time, I couldn't stop. You'd be like, ooh, that's a nice title, man. Yeah, I want to play that. Ooh, what's that? Damn, that look fire. Oh, that's my bomb. Oh, damn, that's another nice one. I had one point. I think it was Age of Empires. I think that might have been the only time I said, oh, let me go ahead and get my break and I got to get my drink real quick. And I went and grabbed my drink at Age of Empires. Everything else was extra spicy. Hold on. I just got to do this. Let's go through some of the names. My big ass head is in the way. Don't even matter. Let's go through some of this. I'm not even going to talk about what's available today because we already know what's available today. You got an Xbox, you like me. You love your life. Okay? You just love your life. That's it. That's everybody who got an Xbox, you love your life. I'm not hating on anybody else who got anybody else. Hey, Nintendo Switch man all day. I got Nintendo Switch homebrew videos. I'm about to put up some more damn Nintendo Switch. I love Nintendo Switch. But I'm an Xbox man. Okay? I'm an Xbox man. Look at some of these games. Psychonauts 2. We can skip Age of Empires. Don't even matter. Forza Horizon 5. Halo Infinite. Coming, but the holiday season, soon in weeks. Let's not even talk about that. Back for Blood. Did we not steal everything from Left 4 Dead to make it better? Give them props. Stop hating. The Ascent. Okay? 12 minutes. It ain't never been a game that I felt like as a grown-ass man, this is my game. I felt old as hell loving 12 minutes. Just seeing the same bedroom and replaying the same shit for 12 minutes. I loved it. I seen it. I said, 12 minutes. Who is this? I need to play this as a grown man. Every grown person need to play 12 minutes. I ain't even touched it. I just seen the demo. It was nothing else. They kept going. Look at the touch. I'm on my head. Sable. The Gunk. What else? Hello, Neighbor. Can I go on? I'm going to stop. That's how I felt. And then coming day one, The Outer Worlds 2. You got Stalker 2. I'm done. Nonetheless, what I'm trying to say is, everybody, let me pull back up the chat so y'all can see everybody. Pull back up. What I'm trying to say is that I love my life and I love video games. That's all I'm saying. Because they got the best lineup ever. Yeah, I've been having Game Pass since the beginning. If you ain't got Game Pass, what are you doing? I ain't seen somebody say, hey, man, I refuse to get Game Pass because I got Switch Online. That's where it's at. No, it's not. If you say, hey, PlayStation Plus is, no, it's not. It is Xbox Game Pass. Play day one this year. As soon as it come out. Imagine Halo come out. You don't even care. You got it already downloaded. You chilling like this. The moment it get released, you go, boom, and you jump in and you play. But guess what everybody else, oh, man, I don't get to touch that. Back for Blood. Oh, I don't get to touch it. Among Us coming soon. I can't wait. Oh, my goodness. But anyways, as I'm watching this, Xbox stole the show, so much so there was nothing left for Nintendo even to talk about. You couldn't talk about no Monster Hunter. You couldn't talk about nothing, Nintendo. Only thing Nintendo could have said was Switch Pro. And my man Dead Specimen, shout out to you. I'm going to give you, nah, not going to give you bombs. I'm giving out the bombs too freely. I'm giving them out too freely. But I will say Dead Specimen did call out and said, hey, I don't think they're going to say nothing about the Switch Pro. I said, Dead Specimen, what make you think that? You always be giving them conspiracy. Man, get out of here. And then, sure enough, went by. Everybody said, boo. I jumped into the stream late, and people said, hey, no talk about the Switch Pro. Are we going to? Nintendo dropped the ball for me. Sony didn't even make it. Now, I'm thinking about doing PAX East for media as well. May do that. May do PAX East. Don't know yet. I'm just, doing those interviews and everything. It's a lot of work, man. I got to real life and ran up. Okay. You see, I did a podcast last time. I said 40 minutes, man. We got to get out of here. Whew, I'm sweating. I just came out of another interview. Okay? But Xbox next up. If anybody name something that's going to be better than Xbox this year, please put it on. Just tell me. Just tell me in the chat. If it's any other game system, you know what? You can go ahead and give me one of those retro ones. What about in television? In television, Amico. Ain't that what it's called, Amico? Beautiful. Oh, beautiful retro system. Yeah, something like that. Something like that, you better hope. Because anything that's competing, PlayStation, I love you guys, you Sony guys, I love you. I know how you guys are. You're diehard Sony fans. Sony fans will not turn their back. Sony fans are the type of people that turn their blade towards you and then get ready to stab you, but then stab themselves, turn their body, and then stab you too. That's how Sony people are. Like, they just kill themselves. Okay? It's just amazing what they do. You have to admit that this is it. This is it. Xbox One. Okay, Xbox One. We done. I don't need to see the rest of this year. It's Xbox. You just talk about Xbox. We can go on to 2022. We can start talking about that. Unless God of War drops, we might hear silence. We might hear silence for a bit. I ain't gonna lie. We might hear it. So, this one here was funny. I love this. It was lovely. This is the type of... I'm going to turn the pitch up. Look what this is. Y'all remember these? Old school. What my old game was at. I ain't going to say old game because it's PlayStation 3. But you know, that was years ago. Let's be honest. Like decade. Okay, you see that? Look at that fat. Yo, y'all think systems big now? We had those fat systems back in the day. Y'all should have seen a Sega Genesis with a Sega CD or a 32. Oh my God. You crack somebody with the head with those, you going to jail. It's a weapon. It's a weapon. Those things are massive. Okay, so look at that PlayStation. But anyways, let's get to the smoke. all my PlayStation 3 users, and this is anybody who has a PlayStation 3, and this is for my legit users, not my people who hacking their systems. Oh, I hacked my system, my PlayStation 3, I got all my games free, I play online. It ain't even about y'all. Because we got legit PlayStation 3 users being banned, and that ain't right. That ain't right. And you know what happened? This is why we gonna get to Sony. So I gave Xbox all the props, and here's where the smoke come to Sony. Okay? Oh, look at that. Mama Moore's dropped it. Y'all say something slick. I'm gonna pop. Oh, my goodness. Do I got the ban button? Mama, they said something to you. I got you, Mama. No, let me stop. Anyway, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Anyways, this is where it goes down. Because I'm telling you, Sony, you have never slipped up like this. Ever. I don't think ever. This one's bad. Sony, you had a lot of, no, you know what? You had to breach. I'm not going to lie. You had to breach. The next thing you know, I was a person where I can use your Sony online environment for like a couple months as your breach tow up your whole damn system. And you sent me an email, okay, talking about, here, Nick, you can sign up for something to save your social security because we fucked you up. No, it don't work like that, Sony. You screw up my stuff, my kids can be messed up. So you can't be doing that. But guess what? Sony ain't stopped there. They didn't stop there. They figured they could do worse. Oh my God. Let's pull it up on screen. They just get worse every time. They just can't beat Xbox now. You were in the front. Okay, I'm done. So now I'm done. I'm not even going to talk about you no more. Sony's alleged security breach may have affected millions of PS3 users. Millions. And you know why? Let's go down. Let's go down even more. I want y'all to see this with me. So y'all know I'm not playing. This is the actual article from sportskeeda.com. I don't know who Sportskeeda. I'm gonna be honest, but it's more than just Sportskeeda. So I don't want to act like, yeah, Sportskeeda got the drop. Shout out Sportskeeda though, because you got this right now. But Sony has reportedly faced a security breach, which resulted in millions of PS3 IDs being leaked to hackers. Imagine you just on PlayStation 3, you having fun. You got 2 PlayStation 3s. Hell, you got 5. They so cheap now, you can buy them $50. Hey, I got all my kids on there. We play some game. We're all good. Next thing you know, one of the PlayStation 3s are banned. What happened? You're doing some suspicious activity. You were using a hack system. You're like, well, I had the same damn system. Well, that's because they screwed up. Now we go even deep here. A Spanish YouTuber, the name WizWiki, made a video reporting the alleged breach of the PlayStation 3 IDs. Okay, so this is the guy who mentioned this back in April. This is back in April when this video came out. Nothing happens. You don't hear about it. Everybody goes, oh yeah, another one, breach. Because to be honest, it's been over 25 top companies that you all are signed up to that had your information breached. So let's be honest. You all got to start watching your social security numbers. Y'all got to start watching your stuff. That's really what's happening. But nonetheless, apparently the hacking community found a list with all serial ID numbers of all Sony's PlayStation 3 consoles. Sony allegedly didn't have stringent security measures in place to prevent a breach like that. Now, excuse me, the video states that there wasn't any encryption or any complex computational security lock by Sony to safe keep the PlayStation 3 IDs. Yo, I'm going to repeat that because I think that really goes over. The video states, and this is my man WizWiki. WizWiki, we're going to give you props because you talked about it months ago, and now people are being banned. So it's proven you were right. Okay? But it says here, the video states that there wasn't any encryption or any complex computational security lock by Sony to safe keep the PlayStation 3 IDs. So the way Sony figured is, let's be honest, these people that are using PlayStation 3s, they're a bunch of just damn douchebags, okay? They can't afford our new systems. They're just some broke asses, and they want to keep playing those old systems. So you know what we're going to do? We're just going to leave their shit open. We're not even going to have it blocked. We're just going to put it on that, what's that workstation you got back there? Oh, yep, you got a Windows 10? Throw it on it. That's all you need is Windows 10. They throw it on there, and next thing you know, people are just, oh man, the console IDs. Man, I need a new one. Damn, I got banned again. Let me pick out of this 2 million I got. Oh yeah, this one works. I never found one that didn't work. You know, that's what people talking about now. Like, hey dude, I got so many console IDs, I don't even know what to do with them. Damn. And this is for my PS3. I'm gonna shout y'all out. I have been a part of this. I am going to confess, because I have not been part of the PlayStation 3 homebrew community in a very long time. But I will tell you, I was running Multi-Man, I think it was. And I know I used to get online. I used to play my games. And yes, I had some games for free back then. Some of them I did back then. I can say it. Yeah, because that was back then. And you can't even do nothing, because that was so long ago. I was a little kid. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. Okay? But I was playing games online. And I do remember being banned. And you know what I did? I bought another console ID. And I did that with Xbox 360 too. And I was able to get back online. This is something that's common out there. So just so everybody, if you don't know, if your system get banned, that's why still with Nintendo Switch, people think, oh, if I get banned, I can bring my Nintendo Switch back. Because you see, it's been done with other systems. But it ain't that simple. Okay? Security measures step up. It definitely changes. And each one is a different ball game. It's not the same ball game. One's baseball, one's basketball, one's football. You can't compare them all to the same. Nonetheless, they got banned, and they're getting banned for nothing. They're getting banned for simply being there. They're getting banned for simply using their PlayStation 3. Now, there was a user that actually found out that if you sign in using two-factor authentication, you're able to get back into your account. Okay, so anybody that's having that happen, use two-factor authentication. You can look that up for PlayStation 3, but two-factor authentication for PlayStation 3, holy moly, swoly. Damn, man, this is just crazy. You can't even have a PlayStation 3 nowadays, though. You can't have a PlayStation 3 nowadays. Because, yo, hold up.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Can you dig it? Now, let's get to the smoke. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up because I have to talk about this because this is something personal to me. Y'all always know I like to talk about the stuff that nobody else is talking about. Everybody wants to talk about E3. So I talk about it for a segment or two. You know what I mean? But I got to get the other questions in. You know, how was it when you stayed up all night playing an all-nighter and had to go to school the next day? You remember that? You know, playing the game, because that's what we did. Everybody did it. You know what I mean? That's the type of stuff I like to talk about. So let's get to it. This drink is so good. It's just tequila. It's just, I don't see how people do it. I need to talk to whoever drinks tequila. But let's talk about games ruined by load times. And I got to find a picture for this. This has got to be yes. There we go. Let's get, you see that brother? That brother, he kind of like me too. We kind of got to stay. Hey, hey, bro. Hey. But no, I will say, I want to talk about this because this is something that nobody ever talks about now. You know why nobody talks about it now? Because it's non-existent now. With Xbox having something like Quick Resume, I realized myself just the other day as I was playing Cyberpunk, yes, which I will be talking about next segment. Okay, we're gonna talk about Cyberpunk. I'm happy to talk about it now, but I was playing Cyberpunk and I was reminded with Quick Resume how wonderful it is, because anytime I wanted to stop playing, I just switched to another app and did something else, and next thing you know, I can come back tomorrow, the next day, and I can just jump right back in my same spot. Wonderful. Okay, but it wasn't like that until all my kids listen. You youngins, I'm talking to y'all. You don't understand the pain that we dealt with in load times. And load times were terrible. I mean terrible. If I could tell you about my experience in Resident Evil, and if I could take out the load time between each time I seen that same damn squeaky door open and close, I would have hours of time. Load times were terrible, man. Shang Tsung, play Mortal Kombat. You will have 10 to 15 second load times each time you change a cut, and then you got to change back. Load times were so terrible. They were so bad that we appreciated these cartridges. Okay? These cartridges that you play, you like, yo, I play my Nintendo. I ain't got no load time, brother. Boom, doo, doo, doo. Oh, Super Nintendo, no load time, brother. Boom, doo, doo. Oh, I play Nintendo 60. Cartridges it was a thing. It was where it's at. We was like, yo, because I ain't got no load times. I ain't got to worry about none of that. I get straight into my games. You worry about that load times with that disc stuff, man, and all that reading and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it became where these discs hold so much more. So you are getting a great experience, but at the experience of load times, and we got better. We got better, but my young bucks out there do not understand. So I want to tell you, my worst experience ever in load times is Mortal Kombat. Because I was one that loved Shang Tsung as a character. And guess what I had it on? I believe, and I quote me, I might be correct, but I believe it was Sega CD. I had Mortal Kombat on Sega CD. And guess what happens? So every time I do my combo and I change a character, I freeze. I have to time a load time. Have you ever did some shit like that? Have you ever timed a load time? Like, bam, it loads, and you go, okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, bam, and you got to do it. No, it is terrible. And then it might load differently. Thank you. CD gets scratched. My man, John Trey. It load differently. It go from 2 seconds, 3 seconds, back to 2, back to 3. It's terrible, man. So I want to say shout out to all my folks who have been through those load times, who appreciate playing games that it goes straight through fluid with no load times. We go, yo. And you know what? When we play games with load times, guess what we feeling? Hey, it's necessary. It has to load. While other people, oh gosh, 15-second ad. Bam. You know what I mean? I hate these 30-second ads. Psh, they take up my life. Well, for me, 30 seconds, hey, I can go do something. You know what I mean? I can just do, let me put it, 30 seconds, I can't skip. Okay, that's cool. It's all good. I'm going to do something. But no, some people like, I can't stand this YouTube Premium. Here I come. And that's some people. That's how they do it. So nonetheless, I don't know what some people, we got to say, and look, loading even longer when it's scratched. Ooh, that's terrible. NSYNC BS boy bands. Yo, y'all are so funny, man. So now, I'm going to get to this, and then we're going to get to one more thing. I'm going to talk about Cyberpunk 2077. Let's go. Yes. Now, you guys, I have officially shitted on Cyberpunk 2077 for a very long time. And I can say that rightfully so, because I have. It's been many articles. I talked about the bugs. Hell, I remember one episode we actually looked at it. And we was like, a woman pulled a Michelob Ultra out her ass. We seen cars drop out the sky. I seen a load screen where the car flew dead into Keanu Reeves, blew his head off, but his glasses were still there. It's just amazing the bugs that this game had. But guess what? Your boy got the game, man. Yeah, I got it. You know what? I will go get the case. I ain't even about to get the case. But I got it from Best Buy for $20. And it came with the case. The steel case. Talk to me nice. Drop a bomb for myself. Now, I posted this on Facebook. I told people, did I make a good choice? And I was told, Nick, you made a great dumbass decision. Why are you still playing that game? It's done. It's done, Nick. Well, I say not so. I say not so. The reason I say not so is because finally, Daddy's spending time with me. They have said it. CD Projekt Red has officially stated right here that 2077, yes, Cyberpunk 2077's stability has reached, and listen to me close, a satisfactory level. I love it. That's all I asked for. I wish I got it. I don't have the round of applause sound, but great job. Great job. Hold up, I got you one. Sucker. Yeah, can you dig it? You know what I mean? Because a satisfactory level is all I asked for. Okay, and I of course got the Xbox Series X, so I'm gonna get a free upgrade. Okay, so I'm gonna get to experience that. But I'm playing the game. I love it so far. Just jumped in. I'm at the very beginning. I have not seen a bug yet. But granted, it says has reached. Let me pull this up on screen so y'all can see what I'm saying. And we're gonna go to Eurogamer.net for the report. Talk to him, Vicky Blake. Okay. Now y'all see CD Projekt Red's management has reportedly said the stability of its beleaguered RPG Cyberpunk 2077 has now reached a satisfactory level. Addressing attendees at the WSC Innovation Day, CDPR CEO Adam Kaczynski said the team was constantly working on patches to improve performance and stability, adding that further improvements were also being planned. So not only did I get Cyberpunk, a great game, for $20 because everybody shitted on it. Okay? Not only do I get that, I got the steel case it comes in, which is beautiful. By the way, I think every game needs to, you know what? Why don't they do that? If you want to start selling more physical copies, start selling exclusive cases. Because I do think these exclusive cases is better than me. I'd rather have a collection of games that sit there and look better than the normal green Xbox look. That's just me. Because I love just having a collection of different games that if you looked at from the front, you wouldn't be able to tell what title it is. That I love that. But if you look from the side, you can see. So someone can stand it up in a collector's edition and show which game it is. I think that's beautiful. We need to step it up with physical. We got to do something because digital taking over. And for all my retro heads, if we're going to bring physical back, we got to do something else. We got to start changing up the cases. We got to start charging the same price for the game, but yet include maybe an exclusive code for a DLC that you can't get digitally. We got to do something. They do that sometimes with the pre-orders. But nah, we got to change that up, man, because all my old heads out there, I'm not trying to just go digital everything. But I'm going to be honest, it's pretty nice with some things. So, but satisfactory level. So I have Cyberpunk 2077. I will keep people updated on how I feel about that experience. Now, for me, I think so far with no bugs, I'm probably not going to run into them if it's running at a satisfactory level. If I do, I will let you know. But it is gorgeous. So I got that out the way. So now we're going to do it. Now we're going to get to something that's crazy. So, and it says rip near. The reason I say rip near, okay, and I don't want anybody to think that this means that Nier has passed away, okay? And who the hell is Nier, Nick? I don't know who Nier is, okay? I have no idea. That name makes no sense. Nier, come near me, okay? No. There we go. A lot of people remember this emulator. Some people may not. But for me, this emulator meant a lot. Played a lot of games on it. I remember being in school playing on this emulator. Okay, this emulator goes way back. Ajax, Flapjacks, Backpacks, Knapsacks, Cracker Jacks. Shall I go on? Shall I go on? But the dev that helped create or either took over BSNES, people are thinking might be committing suicide. And this is no joke. They don't know if he's already done it. And that's a scary thing. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up this article. And this is kind of, I don't like getting into the, because the NickMoses05 podcast, I'm lit, man. I like try to keep it lit. But let's just go ahead and talk about it. So the dev behind one of the world's best SNES emulators has taken their own life. Now, I don't believe they're taking their own life. I don't think it's proof that Nier has actually been found dead. I don't know, which, we hope not. But I'm going to scroll down and actually go through what Nier wrote. So, he says, the honest truth is I've been bullied, ridiculed, and humiliated my entire life. From earliest grade school memories to now. It always hurts me deeply enough that I can't describe it in words. I could only just tolerate it with heavy depression when it was 4chan. And 4chan, for those who don't know, 4chan is rough, bro. Like, if you, hold me up, because I'm going to get back to this. We're going to read that. 4chan is rough, bro. If you not used to, like, having people just tell you how it is, 4chan will tell you how it is. They'll tell you everything. They'll go into your pictures. They'll tell you how you look. They'll tell you about your wife. They'll tell you about your kids. They'll tell you what, how stupid you are, what you can't do, and they might not even be doing better than you. But they let you know in 4chan. 4chan is no joke. So I just had to get that out the way because people think, oh, 4chan. No, 4chan is no joke. All right, but Kiwi Farms has made the harassment orders of magnitude worse. It escalated from attacking me for being autistic to attacking and doxing my friends and trying to suicide bait another just to get a reaction from me. I lost one of my best friends to this. I feel responsible. I can't handle this anymore. I have tried everything. I have taken every medication available. I have tried multiple therapists. I have tried closing myself off from the world. It doesn't help at all. Every night I am filled with panic attacks and dread and worry. I have tried changing in every way possible if they have wanted me to in order to get this to stop, but it just never does. Every few months, it's something new. A new dox, a new thread, a new tangent. It's too much to bear any longer. I've always tried my best to be kind and helpful to everyone. I didn't do anything wrong other than be weird online. maybe a bit too passionate at times, their horrific claims are entirely baseless. Still, if I've hurt or upset anyone, I'm really sorry for that. The internet is not a game, it's real life. I'm a real person. This stuff really hurts. I poured my entire life into this. I have no real life friends. I have no other reason for being only this, and now I have nothing. It's too late for me. But I pray that someone at some point will do something about that website. There's too many people suffering, and no one seems to care because we are relative nobodies online, and they know that. Evil triumphs when good men do nothing. Please don't remember me for this. Remember me for what I've done, for my work, dedication. Thank you all so much for your kindness and support over the years. I'm very sorry, but you know that I love you all very much. Here's hoping there's something better awaiting. Please don't hate me for this. As much as I know it will cause some of you suffer, please understand I was suffering far more. I'm sure some will try to play this off as my own fault, but it's not. They didn't have to do this, and they could have stopped at any time, but they chose not to. I would have kept going if Joshua Moon had shown me just the tiniest bit of compassion, but he chose not to. That's not on me. That's on him. That's on every last person who pushed me to the point and didn't let up. I never deserved any of this. Thank you all so much for your kind messages. Please take care of yourselves. I love you all very much. Thank you all for your support over the years. It's been such an honor. I miss you all so much, but at least I could finally be at peace. Damn, man. And now you get stuff, talking about cyberbullying individuals, and they go deeper and deeper into it, and it's a developing story. But as you see here, it says, if anyone knows, this is a Twitter thing actually put out for him. If anyone knows or lives close to near Kawaka, I'm not sure to pronounce that, in Tokyo, please check in on him. Near has given so much to the retro gaming community. I really hope someone in it can reach him. Damn, yo. Now that's what I be talking about. That's what I be saying right there, man. That type of stuff. People don't understand that there's people out there who can't handle a lot of stuff, man. There's people who can't handle being bullied. Now, me, myself, I have been in the streets, okay? It's different. It's different when you raised in areas where that's what they're going to do. They see it. That's what's going to hit. That's what they're going to talk about. Okay, they're going to like, yo, I see you ain't got money because I can see what you got on. You're a bum. And they're going to get on you about being a bum. So what you do, you got this mentality that, hey, I have to buy better clothes and look better to impress them. That's typically how it goes. So then you get better clothes. The next thing you know, the girls are coming to you. So you think in your head mentally that, hey, by having better clothes, it makes me more attractive. And in a way it does in this sad world we live in. But it's all materialistic. And once you take that off, if you terrible, they're going to say you terrible anyway. And if they want you just for those clothes, they're only going to want you for those. So just so everybody knows, if you're being bullied, if you're going through anything, please just reach out to somebody. Don't go through suicide. To me, suicide is such an easy thing. It's so easy for me to be mad at someone and just walk up to them and bow, still on them right in their face. You know why? Because I have a quick punch and it's quick. But it's easy. But it's hard to speak with them, get them to understand where I'm coming from, and both of us have a mutual respect for each other. That takes work. That takes work. So, that's a lesson to everybody, man. So nonetheless, I had to get that off my chest. Shout out to Near. I hope Near is good. I don't know about, him passing away. It's weird that the article says that, and I just put rest in peace Near because I don't know if not, and I made sure to say that. But yeah, that's tore up, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like being on those, that type of time, man. That ain't even what I'm about. You know what I mean? So anyways, if anybody calls you, I see I missed some already. If you call in, go ahead and do the damn thing. We're going to get it on. We're going to talk. We're going to spark it. Let me get a sip of the extra spicy, but that's crazy that somebody that was such an inspiration was, oh, I'm sorry about the sound, y'all. My bad. Hold up. And see, that's my bad. I had them with the sound. I'm going to make sure to put myself on Do Not Disturb. I think I already know who this is because I think this is my main man that be working hard. Who do I got on the line?
What's going on, Nick? It's Joe.
Yes, I already knew it was you, man. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing awesome. How are you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good, man. So, this is like you know, we it's been a while since we've been talking because I know we did the E3 stuff, man, and we were just like, you know, nonstop. Same thing with you. You know what I mean? You was working, we jumping in, we jumping that. So I was glad to finally have Father's Day, get a break. You know, let's just do our normal lives for a bit, and then we'll come back.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, come back.
That was fun doing the E3, and also was very large. You know, trying to contact all these people. I can't contact them. You're having problems. It was 403 E3 City.
Yo, that is so true, man. That is so true. And Joe, I'm going to go through. I want to give you time. Now, before I jump into anything, is there anything you want to start off with before I start jumping into it, Joe?
Yeah, just going over the PS3. I want to go talk about that for a little bit. You know, I'm a Sony fanboy, but you know, Sony's like really like, you know, it's circling the drain.
Now, Joe, do you own a PlayStation 3 currently?
Yeah, I did a fan mod to 2 of the systems, so I got them running nice and cool. So, you know, I love the Sony systems. They're, you know, one of my favorites.
No, I actually love the Sony systems. It was one, I had one as my like retro box that was just awesome. It played everything fluid. A lot of those different emulators were great on there. So I love the PlayStation 3. I was just amazed to hear that Sony, like, there's literally record that's saying Sony left a folder with all the PlayStation 3 console IDs with no type of protection. Just like if I created new on my folder on my desktop and just dropped something in there. They dropped every single console ID in there and said, hey, let's leave. Do you think Sony really did that, Joe? Or do you think this is being overplayed by somebody who hacked it? Maybe they really hacked it and they're just lying. What do you think?
I think they're lying. I don't think they're that stupid. If they did this deliberately, they did this so that they could just shut down the Sony servers and, you know, just for the PlayStation 3, and they could just call it a day instead of paying all that maintenance and stuff. Back in the day, if you had a banned PS3, you had to pay $60 to $100 for a key. And like I said, I don't really play online that much, so it didn't bother me. I got banned playing Call of Duty. You know, I wasn't cheating or anything. I just played a pirated copy of it. But I don't believe in cheating online. It's a whole other story for another time. But you know, it's crazy. You know, they did that. What's happening is the person that has all these keys, that has all these databases of keys, when their system gets banned, they're using a legit stolen key. So the person has a legit system that doesn't even know about homebrew or hacking. That poor slob gets banned, and he can't unban it. It doesn't matter if he calls in. They're going to say, "Oh no, your console key is banned," because you have to go through this whole process of reinstalling the key with the computer and flashing over certain files and stuff. You know, so the legit users are screwed.
They are, man. And what do you think as far as Sony letting just it kind of go? Because right now, if you do know these are out there, you do have the opportunity to just either like, hey, hell, why not let it open? Why not just let the floodgates open? Why not just say, hey, if you got a PlayStation 3, you play online, we just gonna let you do anything on the system now. It's too late. Like, what is there left to secure on there?
Yeah, what they need to do with the PS3 is just don't ban people. Let people, you know, don't steal anybody's, you know, credit card numbers and all that other stuff. Just don't ban anybody, because obviously if all the keys got leaked, don't ban anybody, because you're going to be banning users that didn't do anything. Just unban everybody and just like, here you go. Doesn't matter. You know, you can't, you know, how much money are they losing for Sony games for the PS3? People are on the PS4 now because they can't get the PS5 because of the dumb stuff. And the people that do have the PS5 are on the PS5. You know?
No, that's so true. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really seen anyone around me talk about the PlayStation 3 recently. So it's just amazing to hear this come about after the video put up by the Spanish YouTuber who said it months ago, like, hey, I'm telling you guys, these console IDs got hacked and there's going to be issues. And next thing you know, bam!
I talk to a lot of people in the community with hacking and stuff. I only talked to one person that mentioned to me about the PS3 that had a question about it. One person out of all these people that talked to me about everything. One person talking about the PS3. Let it go. Leave it alone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People. Yeah, don't ban people. Just let them go, man. I say open the floodgates. So now on to the next Overwatch 2, man. Now, I don't know if you're a first-person shooter fan. Joe, do you play first-person shooters at all a lot? Or what's your favorite type of game?
Oh, my favorite first-person shooters, I don't know if you'd count it or not, would be Gears of War, then
yeah.
Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Because I love the first-person shooters. My favorite first-person shooter was for N64 GoldenEye. Oh, I remember saving my lunch money up to get that game.
Hey, you know what? I will say, and that was a whole nother story because they actually pulled the GoldenEye stages from Far Cry 5, and that was a whole nother article about copyright, you know. But GoldenEye, you're right, Joe, I will say, as far as first-person shooters, I think if you had a Hall of Fame, I don't think, if everybody has a top 10, if you did not have GoldenEye in that top 10, I might have to look at you different. Okay, I might have to look at you different, man. GoldenEye is one of those that everybody can say, multiplayer, getting people together, 4 screens, the different stages, type of guns. You know, you had the license to kill mode. You got proximity mines. Yeah. You got, you know, it was, no, Joe, I'm with you. Probably one of the best games ever. So, on Nintendo Switch, they're talking about it's going to be a challenge to put Overwatch 2 on. Now, imagine they talk about everything else. Oh, it's fine, man. We can put it on this. But the Switch is going to be a challenge. Do you think that it's going to be such a challenge that they may just postpone Overwatch 2 on the Switch? Or do you think that they're really going to make sure to release it at the same time? It's just going to be watered down.
I think with the Overwatch 2, it's going to be I think they're going to release it. You know, with the Switch Pro, that's just, they're not saying any information about it. You know, video game companies need to make money, and, you know, Overwatch, that's kind of like that other game. What's that game called? That all the kids play where they're shooting each other. It's like that game. I forget what it's called.
Fortnite.
Yes, that's what it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's just like Fortnite, like Overwatch. So they're going to release it on the Switch. It's probably going to run at 20 FPS, guarantee it. Unless they like really dumb it down, it's going to be like the Outer Worlds. If you played it on the Switch before, the game runs really slow and it's all washed out. Like, oh my god, it's like, what am I looking at? Did a child color paint a video game? That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't do that.
Oh, and you know what? I have not played because I was fortunate enough that, you know, it was on Game Pass, so I got to play it on Xbox and I loved it. So I could only imagine playing that. Now, one experience that I did play on Nintendo Switch that was first person that I actually thought was a beautiful experience on the Switch, and others was like I didn't really experience it the best, was Doom. Doom looks beautiful on Nintendo Switch to me.
Oh, Doom on the Switch, that's awesome. I don't know if they're going to be able to if they make it like Doom, they're going to do a phenomenal job. It's going to be the Mario killer for Overwatch. If they can make it like that, and they don't rush around, you know, we don't get another Cyberpunk for the Switch. If they do that, it's going to be awesome. No. You know, I'm not an Overwatch person. I never played it before, but the game looks pretty cool though.
Nah, and it is. It's one of those team games that, you know, oh yeah, you get a couple buddies in. I will say it's nice, but I just always laugh at the fact that we get the Nintendo Switch having challenges because of power, but yet, where's the Switch Pro? Joe, where's the Switch Pro?
Yeah. I don't know. I think Mario's hiding it. You know, maybe they're waiting for Team Executor to come out. Maybe they'll get a mod chip for the Switch Pro.
Yeah. Hey, who knows? It got to be something. Maybe they're just gonna put them on the box. Maybe they linked up. Hey, you know, who knows?
If anybody's from Team Executor gonna be representing those new chips, I'll pay $200 for one of them. So you got my pre-order in.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. Throw me a pre-order up in there too. Okay. So I gotta quickly talk about, man, Booker T. This
you
guy.
There?
Yep, I'm still here. Joe, you there? You good?
We lost audio.
Oh, we lost audio.
Did you mute the phone?
Are we good? Hold on. Can everybody, let's see. Are we good?
There we go. You're back.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'll make sure. Maybe it's something. Who knows? Hell, who knows what the hell's going on. I see my man Jesse.
Extra spicy tonight.
Shouting up SXOS. Shout out Jesse for the XXOS. Shout out you because I definitely love that shit. And I see moments. What moments mean more? I just read the news about Nier. Yeah, that was terrible. Just got to shout you out too, man. You know, but Joe, let's talk. I want to talk about that since we spoke about. Well, I'm gonna get to Nier. We're gonna leave that last. But Booker T, my man Booker T, has sued Activision for the character Prophet in Black Ops 4. Have you ever seen these lawsuits where someone sued over a character and won?
Hell no. That's, I think he's just trying to get some money. The characters do look very similar, but here's the deal. for Booker T, I never heard of that wrestler before because when I was you're 7 years older than I am.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of WCW. I'm more of a WWF person because that's when I grew up watching that.
Yeah.
So, how did he even find out about this? Does he play Call of Duty, or did somebody say, "Hey, this guy looks like you"? Then he said, "Holy shit."
Yo, and that was a great question. You know what, Joe? I honestly believe he plays Call of Duty because I think if you
that's
were
really
to,
awesome if he does.
you know, you know what? I don't know, Joe. That's a tough one because I could see someone saying, you know, "Hey, Dad, look, this looks just like you," you know, and then he comes by and he looks like, "Yeah, that do look just like me." And then he watches it and he's like, "Oh no." And then he tells somebody, he asks his lawyer, "Do I got a case?" The lawyer then he has to play the game. You know, the lawyer goes through, the lawyer watches the cut scenes. He's like, "Okay, no, you might have a case." But I don't know, Joe, I'm with you. Like to me, I would be flattered. Like, let's be honest. You and I both play Street Fighter. Can we admit that Balrog is very similar to Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's very similar to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was the man back then. Now, I'm sure Mike Tyson probably had some type of lawsuit or something come about, but I'm sure he didn't win. Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with with these movie stars and these types of stars. They forgot where they started out, and it's like if someone said, "Hey, wow, I'm a movie star," and oh, they made a character of you in a game. I would say that's pretty cool because I'm a gamer, and I wouldn't care about it. They're not using trademarked audio where if you have a slogan that says, whatever, they're not using a slogan that looks something similar. How awesome would it be in Call of Duty if we had a Keanu Reeves? That'd be epic. I'm sure he would think it's pretty cool too. I think it depends.
Yeah,
for how you grew up in the acting business. I think it depends on the person. I really do.
Jesse, Booker T looks nothing like the character other than dress and being clean shaven. They look nothing alike. Now he said Balrog is Mike Tyson other than the hairline. So, and not only that, we can go further. Let's talk about martial law from Tekken. Bruce Lee. I mean, Come on. That's literally a ripoff. I mean, down to the all the moves and everything. I mean,
yes.
His family could sue, and say, but to me, I agree. I think it is the highest form of flattery. How many NBA Live? This is NBA. I might take it back, but Michael Jordan was one that actually took his name out of games. He licensed it from himself, and when they came out with any NBA game, Michael Jordan was number 99. He was player 99. They knew they couldn't name a Michael Jordan, but they made a dark-skinned guy with a bald head, and they just maxed him out on the stats. You got Michael
it was
Jordan.
Really good. You would never lose at 99.
Yeah,
never.
It's Michael Jordan, so we don't even care. You know what I mean? Yep. And he mentioned the yellow jump shoot. I didn't even think about the yellow jump shoot that they put. No, that's probably why I cut out too, Joe. I forget. I'm hitting the mic. I'm going all over. But nonetheless, so he did mention the yellow jumpsuit, which I totally forget about martial law. But there's so many characters that I can go on and on and on that are literally, we know, ripoffs of people. But when you're trying to prove that in a fantasy world, it's almost like they're saying, "Hey, I don't want nobody to act like me."
Yeah, I mean, everyone acts the same, That's kind of how it is. We all kind of, there's only so many people in the world and so many expressions in the world.
No, I agree. Preacher. So, Joe, E3 2021, man. You was with me with part of those interviews. What was the best part you liked about it? What was your favorite part?
The best part of the interview was doing the second interview when me and you were doing it because that was the first interview for me. I thought that was such a cool experience. I'm like, wow, I'm talking to developers. I talked to a lot of people in the hacking scenes and the modding scenes, but now I'm actually talking to a developer now that actually makes games. And, it's kind of like my work and kind of like other people's work that works a lot of hours. You're grinding every day and you finally get to see the process of your, the fruits of your labor, I guess you would want to call it. It's really cool. They're just like, us regular people. It's not like, oh, I'm better than you are. And, all this other stuff. It's really cool. That I've never experienced anything like this in my life. I would love to do this live. It would be so awesome to do this live.
No, gonna be lovely to do it live, man. That's why I can't wait. And shout out my man, Steph Mike Pippen, my man Mike Pippen in the house. Shout out Mike Pippen. But Joe, out of every studio or games that came out and spoke on E3, Do you think, is it just me? Did Xbox beat everybody? Did they shut down everybody, or is there somebody that came close to what Xbox did? Is it just me? Am I overstating this? Am I just prepping it up?
As with me being a Sony fanboy, not because of piracy, because with the anime and the Japanese stuff, fucking Microsoft owned the show. They owned it with the Xbox Game Pass, with showing the Halo. They owned it. Sony didn't say anything. Nintendo's sitting there with their dick in their hands, pardon my French, and that's it. Microsoft had all these great panels, all these games, and Sony, I'm like, I can't defend you. I have no ammunition. Maybe a jailbreak for the PS5, then I could defend you. But hey, I'm sitting down right now. Can't defend you.
Yeah, you're right, man. It was rough, and I sat there and watched it, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, yo, when it went off, I was like, yo, it was like everybody's jaws was dropped. They was cheers.
12 minutes. I want to play that game. That looks really interesting.
Yo, 12 minutes looks crazy. I'm just like, the fact that so many things, so many minor things you could change and replay within the same 12 minutes to change a total different outcome. That is amazing to me.
And you know what's cool about 12 minutes? It's a new game. I mean, how many first-person shooters and how many horror games are we going to have? It's nice to see something new. Doesn't matter about the graphics because we're old school. We grew up with cartridges and all that other stuff. It's nice to see a new game now for once.
No, that's true. Now I want to talk about Nier, and I'm not sure Nier's last name. I think it's Nier Atal, I believe. Yeah. But the developer for BSNES, and I read through the entire post. I wanted to make sure I get the entire post in there because that was one of those posts that when you read, you go, damn. And I know me and you, Joe, especially you being an admin, speaking with so many people. You speak with people who are just, hey, Joe, they're happy every time you speak with you. But you got some people who every time, Joe, I'm sick of this Nintendo Switch, I'm trying to get it. It's getting frustrated. I'm just, man, and you help them out and they go, thank you, but they get frustrated. So do you think this is something more common happening now than ever? Or do you think that maybe bullying is not as bad as it is, but people are just reading too hard into social media? What do you think it is that causes things like this for Nier and other people who deal with like these mental issues and being bullied, especially socially?
Well, here's the deal, like with the bullying stuff, and like I'm not going to go through the whole thing with the COVID stuff, but definitely the bullying now I think is getting more hard, on people. It's definitely the bullying is, increasing a lot. People are staying at home and all that other stuff. But as for this developer, I didn't even hear about this until you read the story. I felt really bad because, this guy does a lot for the community. It's like the guy's taking his own time, his own money, developing a freeware application for you to play games, and you treat him like this. And the one thing that pisses me off is I didn't hear about the story, and also the person that got bullied like this guy Nier, people that are bullying him are probably using his software and enjoying the software. So instead of contributing to him or saying, hey, great job or whatever, you have to give him all this crap. He's probably, you said he was in Tokyo. Yeah. I've watched a lot of things about hikikomoris in Tokyo. He probably lives in an internet cafe. So I'm hoping that this guy didn't commit suicide and he's just saying this to go low off the radar, just to kind of wipe his slate clean and kind of like, disappear into the abyss. That's horrible, though. You can't do that to people. Here's the deal. When me and you grew up, we didn't have the internet, so the bullying was one-on-one. You can either get into a fight about it or tell somebody about it or whatever. Sure. The internet is a great tool, but it can be your worst enemy for bullying.
Yeah, no, you're preaching right now, man. That bullying is a whole new level online. I've seen it, and I've seen what people do. And I will say, you're right. We come from a different time where a lot more was tolerated, where name calling now, like, you can literally get locked up for some of the hate speech used now. Well, back then, it was freely used. I remember
having fights, not me, but I'm saying I remember fights in high school and middle school. Oh, you have to go home early today, but you're back in school tomorrow. Don't think you're going to have a 4-day weekend. Now it's like if you threaten somebody, if you're a kid, it's like, oh, you're arrested now. Yeah. It's like back in the day, in the late 90s and the mid 2000s, it wasn't a big deal. You get into a fight, harass somebody, you know, do whatever. And now it's like if you do anything like this, it's almost like a felony. I remember back in the day, people would, you know, kids, I didn't do this or anything, but people in school were picking up girls' skirts and shit. I remember this back in the day. Now it's like if you do that now, oh my God, they're going to cut your head off.
Oh, you are preaching, Joe. That was one thing. You right. And women was oh man, Joe, you are preaching right now. Yeah, a lot of things that if you did now, you're right, it will be done. And I do think that plays a part on it. Now, my kids, they all, I'm sure, have went through some sort of bullying, but they got pretty tough skin. But I do think it's because, you know, of my own nature. I talk about, you know, how you try to talk about something, but in a friendly way. So that way you're kind of saying it, but you're not really like trying to be mean. You just want to say it so you know. So, you know, you kind of tend to those things. But back then, Joe, when we grew up, you know, you had the one guy who just, he went through the whole damn class. He bullied, hey, you, who want to fight me? Who want to fight? You know, and then I'm like, oh, man, I ain't got to fight today.
About it, yeah, and what's so bad about it now is, like, you know, let's say things are back to normal. Kids are going to school. Let's say little Tommy's getting bullied. Then when he goes home, he has to get bullied online. We didn't have that online. It was very, very limited for online. People didn't have, you know, it was MySpace. I never even had a MySpace account. It was very, very limited for bullying online. It was one-to-one. Obviously, some guy is not going to bully someone that's 6 feet tall that weighs 300 pounds. That's going to, you know, clobberate him to hell. That's not going to happen. But online, you have that wall of security. You can bully somebody. Like, without getting into the political stuff, I was saying some political stuff when the election was up. I'm getting bullied left and right, this, that, and that. I'm saying to myself, if you saw me in real life, you wouldn't be talking to me like that right now.
Exactly.
You know? They have that wall of immunity.
That's how it is, man. And that, you know what? You hit it to the T, man. It's like that wall of immunity. Now, one thing is, and I remember we've watched many of those TV shows where they go to the high school reunion 30 years later and, like, you know, the guy who get bullied is all buff, he's rich. And, you know, back then, you're right, we didn't have social media. So they didn't know what was all going on. And, you know, you could come back and just totally blow their mind. Now it's like, the guy that bullied you literally your whole entire life can continue posting that same video over and over when you got bullied at that time. So I admit, Joe,
you know what? I didn't even think about that. That's horrible too. I totally forgot about the video cameras on the phone.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's terrible, man. Like, I play these videos over and over and over. You get bullied all the time. So I said I feel for a lot of people, but what I try to tell people is, if you just envision that no matter what happens online, the most important thing is that physically you are fine, you're living, and you're breathing. And if you're doing that, you're in a good position. Okay, you're in a good position if you're doing that. But you cannot beat these trolls, man. You got to just, that's why I tell people, you either got to go, you try to fight fire with fire, and you might lose. Just join them, man. Just go ahead. Hey, y'all trolling. That was a good one. Y'all got it. Hey, you nice. Hey, good one. And you better keep rolling, because the moment you try to go back, and next thing you know, you got a whole army of trolls, man.
Oh, yeah.
So, Joe, any last words you got to say to people before you out, my dude?
Like and subscribe to NickMoses05. Catch us on the Facebook page for tutorials and news articles. And if you haven't liked and subscribed already, then you shouldn't even be here.
Man, talk to him, Joe.
I'm just
talk to him,
you guys.
Man, yeah. You know, Joe, I'm gonna holler at you as always.
Nice talking to you, Nick. You have a nice night.
Later, man. Okay, I had a queue. I had 3 calls come in. This person I can't even hear right now. I know who it is. Who do I have on the line? Yo, this is what happened last time, man. Last time I got you on, and then the audio wasn't working, man. I know who this is. I can see it. I know who you are. I know you. Okay, come on. There we go. Oh, man. Come on, can you fix it? Can you, mic check? What? Hold up. Look, I ain't gonna keep telling you. Okay. NickMoses05 Gaming Podcast. Who do I have on the line?
I'll let your boy.
Oh, I'll let your boy be coming undone. What is going on, my man?
It's been a minute, man.
Oh man,
Many a minute.
It's been many a minutes, man. So first and foremost, man, let me ask before I get into this whole stuff, anything you want to jump into before I just start running my mouth?
Man, I'm gonna have to start with the bullying thing, man, because that's near and dear to my heart. I had many friends that got bullied, and that's a sad way for somebody to try to even try to leave this world, man. That's some sad stuff, man. There's too many good things in this life for people. I mean, even just thinking if he didn't have real life friends, he needs to kind of step out there. And I know me and you being kind of old school, bullying was different, it may be 1-on-1, sometimes 2-on-1 if they were brothers or cousins or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like Joe went through the whole spiel, and I don't have to, reiterate it. It was a different life, man. Not so many pansies and stuff. Not so many cancel culture. I'm entitled to this and that like it is today, man. It has totally changed, and people need to grow a pair. People need to get some guts, and people need to, live a little bit more outside of the little box that's called a PC or social media, man. They need to have real life experiences, man. I'm not trying to be mean in any way or even sound like a bully, but that is near to my heart. I had so many friends in high school try to get bullied left and right by people, and I had to talk them up and stand up for themselves. And in the internet, man, it is different nowadays, man. They can find every aspect of your life and find that saddest moment, and they can pull that right string, that heartstring, man, and really set you off. But man, people got to rise above, man. They got to rise above that stuff, and they got to just, like Joe said, if that person was there in problem, they wouldn't say that crap. They got to realize that, man. Yeah, and the mental health part you mentioned, man, I give you props, because you know what? A lot of podcast people, they ain't got the balls to say what you saying right now. They ain't got the balls to even bring up the topics you bringing up like that, man. That's true. I'm going to give you all props.
Appreciate it. And you know what? You are absolutely right. I'm going to speak on the life thing. Specifically, like you said, there's so much to live for. And I always wonder, I look at movies. You know how some people take lines in movies and you like, yo, that's my quote. I'm running. And there was one movie, and it was Achilles, I believe, in Troy. And he said, the gods envy us because we have life. And I thought, well, yo, imagine that shit. You look up to gods all your life. Okay, you looking up to them your whole life. You live your whole life looking up to something, but they envy you for the one thing that you have that they don't have, and that's your life. So you're right. It's precious, man. Like, it is so precious. The fact that you have one thing that you will never get again. It is. And a lot of people don't take it that way. They either get bullied and to the point where it's not worth it. You know, my bullying is not worth me being hurt every day. It's not worth the tears every day. It's not worth it. You heard him say, I tried every type of medication. I've tried. So it's not like he hasn't seen doctors. It's not like he didn't see therapists. It's not like he went through everything. And he's like, none of this is working. What do I do? So I'm with you, man. I feel you. It's just a terrible story to hear. And for somebody who do so much in the retro gaming shit, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Crazy story, man. Crazy. So. No, I'm
bad indeed.
So
my prayers are out to him and whoever his family is, and all that. My prayers are for him, man, because I deal with depression, and I'm thankful. I found the stuff that I love. Your podcast, my gaming communities and stuff like that. But some of this other bullying and stuff, some of them just need a good butt whipping. And like I say again, Joe, they wouldn't say that stuff to these people's face. And some of these punks, they're so panty-waisted and stuff like that they go get online and get their buddies because they can't even handle one-on-one mano-a-mano.
Speak. That's facts. And you're right. That was the difference back then, is that the fisticuffs could go down. And you know what? It's so many times I remember the one kid, they used to get picked on and they snap. And when they snap, it's the funniest thing because they will tear anybody ass in the way up. Okay, you better not mess with the man that got bullied for a long time and snap. Oh, man, you better watch out because he's hurting everybody. And he might not even stop. This one might kill somebody. So, nah, I agree, man. So, moving on. I'm going to go ahead and ask you specifically about my man Booker T. You know I got to talk about my man Booker T because my man Booker T, I played the video where he called Hulk Hogan a nigga. Okay, I'm just going to say, he called Hulk Hogan. I love it. It's my favorite clip in the world.
He knew he would play.
Yeah,
he knew he wasn't nothing good.
He
used the steroids.
Good old clips, man. Now, my man went to sue Call of Duty. And, of course, he's suing for this character profit. So I'm going to ask you, have you ever seen any video game that took a character, and it could be anybody, and they were able to sue and actually win?
Man, I can't remember a single one, but if I was somebody, honestly, that would want to sue, and I wouldn't do it for the reason of making money, I just had to do it because they did a wrong on me. I'd have to say Uncle Fester for the Addams Family on Fester's Quest, because they messed up the Legend of Zelda and threw them up in there and just reskinned that thing and made it Fester's Quest, man. That was wrong.
That was, you know what? I'm with you on that. That was nasty. You know what I mean? That's like almost as nasty as you get. And that's kind of how I felt with the NBA games. It was like, yeah, okay, Jordan, you don't want to give it's cool. We ain't gonna put you in the game. I'm gonna give him number 99, but you know what? He gonna be your same color. He gonna be 6'6". He gonna be bald headed. He gonna have a fadeaway jumper. He gonna dunk like this. And they just gave him all the moves. And what can you say as Jordan? Yo, you ripped me off. It's like, bro, you can't be mad that a character plays similar or even like you. Everybody has their own personality traits. You can't sue for that.
Yeah. And I'm with Joe on the thing. I would be flattered, man. I mean, it ain't like Booker T ain't made some money.
Yeah.
He gonna keep making money because now he's Booker T. He ain't whatever his name is, Charles Johnson or whatever John Doe, whatever the real name is. He's Booker T. Forever and ever in my life, Me too. He did that spin-a-rooney, and he was whipping somebody's butt. He had that pump up before he went to the whatever the SmackDown, the big leg drop, his signature move that he had, and he's always gonna make money for the rest of his life. So what is this little bit of change he gonna get? It's gonna be burnt up soon enough.
Yeah.
And Activision, they surely ain't coming off of it. Man, they making money in the little bait store. Like every other game nowadays.
Hey, you know what? I don't understand. So you got two ways of going about it. And I don't see why they don't do it the other way. But you got one way is to, you know what? I feel like they're ripping me off. So I'm going to sue them. I don't understand why people don't take the other approach and say, hell, let me sponsor. You know what I mean? Like, hey, since I know that you guys are using my character, I can't get that. I ain't going to get none of that money because I know chasing that's going to be a rabbit hole. But at least let me sponsor the character profit. You might come out with a Call of Duty movie down the line. Hell, you got your cast.
I'm going to get my name out. These youngsters say, how old is these kids? They were in their diapers when I was wrestling. Now they going to know who I am. They going to go back and look at YouTube videos. I'm going to get even more famous.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm with you on that. But he did lose. It was a sad loss because he started, back in 2019. 2 years and you take a L. So damn sad for him. So now off of Booker T, I'm gonna ask you about E3 and Xbox. Now, I don't know if you've seen E3, but I put a picture up too. They got so many games. How do you feel about Xbox E3? Do you think Xbox said we here and we winning this year? Or do you think it's kind of like we overhyping Xbox? Okay, and we gonna wait. Sony and Nintendo coming with some.
Okay, what kind of tequila do you got?
I got I don't know. I think there's 1800. I think it is because it's strong too.
Okay, you don't go buy some cheap junk when you drink, right?
Oh. You
get the real deal stuff that got the worm at the bottom of the tequila bottle, right?
You preaching.
So that's what Microsoft brought. They brought the cognac. They brought the good stuff, man. And as a Sony fanboy, I'm not gonna lie, man. Oh my God, my heart breaks because they didn't show up and show out, man. Xbox. Oh my God, I really ain't kind of fond over them since the 360 and the Halo and all that. The 4 kind of, you know, won me over. But when I seen all that stuff, I was like shaking my head, and I was like, man, should I really go get rid of a 5 and get the Xbox?
Man.
I mean, dang, man, it's so tempting. I mean, they showed up, they showed out, and they laid it all on the table.
They did.
And basically, I mean,
They did.
the other people, nobody else showed up to the table.
No, they didn't. And I will agree with you. It was like Xbox laid every single card down. They didn't hide nothing. They didn't hold nothing back. They said, even if it was projects that one of them was Starfield, and everybody talked about Starfield. They opened up the show with an intro. Now, it was like 30 seconds for Starfield. Okay, it may have been short. It might have been 15. But they started off with it. I said, damn, so everybody was talking to me about Starfield. They opened up with Starfield. Then it was like another one. And every time they start in the game, they saying, day 1, available on Xbox Game Pass. Day 1, available on Xbox. I'm like, yo, brand new games. I get day 1. All I got to do is be signed up for Xbox Game. Oh, damn, day 1. So now I feel like Prime and Xbox Game Pass is going to be 2 subscriptions every gamer is going to have.
And, I mean, why not go up on the price of it?
I'm with you. I ain't even mad. If you told me right now they went up, I'd say I ain't even mad. I ain't even mad.
If you're paying $100 a month for that thing, to be honest, it's worth it because you're paying $75 a game. And if you buy one game week or something like that, which most people honestly pretty much are doing on an average, you're still getting a better deal.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy.
Because you have access to that and more. You have the back catalog plus as soon as it comes out. So, I mean,
you preaching,
you really
man.
can't beat it. I mean,
you preaching. And then we're talking about what they got available. Now, and I'm one too that, like I mentioned, I was Sony during the PlayStation 2, and I transitioned to 360 instead of PlayStation 3. Had them both, but I'm more transition. I will say PlayStation 3 still had titles. Made me jealous. Even PlayStation 4, it was still titles. I feel like Microsoft knew they were not winning that first party battle. And they said, yo, we got to do something. We can't depend on Halo. We can't depend on Gears of War, man. We need to link up. And linking up with Bethesda, now you got classic games. Because we know PlayStation is known for having The Last of Us, the God of Wars, it's a couple other big name Drake's Uncharted. They got these games that live on for years. Finally, Microsoft now has titles that can do that. I'm like, yo, you right, man. They put all the cards down. I don't know what else to say. I was just glad I was a part of it, but now I'm curious to see. So what do you think is going to come from Sony?
I'm hoping maybe Sony just wanted to let Microsoft boast and see what cards they were playing so they could play one bigger. But, I mean, that was a pretty big act to follow. I mean, Sony going to have to, like you said, maybe a God of War, maybe something with their major franchises that they got for or I guess you call it their IPs, their major IPs. They got to have a surprise there, or they got to have a dark horse come out of somewhere that really just blows everybody's mind. I mean, because that was one heck of a showing right there for me.
Yeah, and I really want to see. I wanted to see more from Xbox in the VR space. That was me. I'm one of the VR guys. Now, they didn't mention, nothing about VR. So I was kind of like, But, I mean, what? I don't even need. They gave me so much that I didn't even think about VR. But I will say PlayStation 5, that's the one thing I will say that scares me the most is how well is the PS5 VR going to work? And if it works damn good, like, let's say Oculus 2 good. Is it going to be better than the other ones? Because then we're talking about people who are VR enthusiasts now purchasing a system just for the VR. So I'm a little scared. I'm worried about that. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little worried. But depending on the VR, I still say Sony's definitely in the mix. But how you feel about Nintendo, man? Where's Nintendo in all this? Because we got Nintendo just released Mario the Golf. Okay, I haven't played it. Have you played that, by the way?
Nah, golf games, they just, they're not my cup of tea. And, I mean, I've played golf in the past, but I'm going to stick to the PGA titles. Mario Golf, I know they're Mario Golf, and they're kind of niche and cliche, but I ain't messed with this one yet, so.
No, I'm with you. I'm the same way. I love the Tiger Woods golfs and the PGAs and anything like that. I just love the real feel because you get, you got your boys in there. Y'all all play. I'm sure if somebody's good, everybody else is terrible. And, y'all get out there and y'all play and it's fun. But when you get, and I haven't played it, so I can't say. But I'm kind of curious of having like superpowers and doing this and doing, I'm with you. I'm not sure if that's, I might give it a shot. But nonetheless, do you see Nintendo making any big moves coming soon?
The biggest thing is what everybody's still talking about, the silence with the Breath of the Wild title. They want to know it so they can figure out what it's all about, because now they're wondering, is it going to be the successor to Skyward Sword, because they've seen them kind of flying through the air type thing. Is that going to be related to Switch Pro, because everything's pushed back to 2022? What's the big deal? How many more titles going to come out? I mean, they're really going to have to push the Zelda game, I think, is going to be the main thing that kind of keeps Nintendo relevant.
And I'm not going to lie, that last Zelda game, amazing. I'm not going to lie. It was probably one of their best Zelda titles. I'm going to be honest, it's hard to top Zelda titles. Like when I played, I think it was Ocarina of Time back on 64, I thought that couldn't be topped. And they continue to top. I remember playing the original Zelda. Then you had Links from the Past. And then you had, so they continue to up it, which is amazing. So if they up it again, I don't see how you can up it again. If you up it again, this is going to be the best game ever in the history. Because that last game is still being played by many. And they're probably playing it the 7th time and experiencing something different every time.
Yeah, because I wasn't impressed by the Metroid Dread. I mean, I don't want another 2D. I want a 3D Metroid. I want something, the Prime, at least re-release the Metroid Prime trilogy or something, They've had no news on that, and that's disappointing.
Nah, that was super disappointing. I would say Capcom had said something. I think they had Monster. It was something they had, but everybody, you're right, was just not there. It was just like, an Xbox show was just like the showstopper, so I'm with you. So now, last but not least, I'm going to ask you, I bought Cyberpunk. Man, I bought it for the Xbox Series X. I bought it for $20. It was $19.99, and I got the steel case with it. Is that a good buy, or do you think bad buy?
No, that's a good buy. I mean, we know probably down the road in a year it'll probably come on sale for $15.99. All that crap eventually with the valuation happens and all that crap. But I mean, for right now, stability's there. You bought it. At least you didn't rip it off like Big G.I. Joe talking about Fit Girl. I'm so disappointed in Joe. He's behind the scenes and all that, but I didn't know he was that far behind the scenes. But I won't tease him that much. But no, you made a good buy, man. I mean, to have a collector's edition type setup there, I mean, $20. At least you're supporting them. They're trying to rectify the situation as best as possible. It's CyberGlitch 404. I mean, a $20 game, you get that at Walmart most of the time. So, I mean, it's not a bad buy at all. It's physical copy. You can at least say, hey, I have a physical copy of one of the worst games ever that they had to do a No Man's Sky on and basically rebuild a Final Fantasy 14 all over again. And it actually turned out pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. That's how I felt too. I felt like, worst case scenario, I can tell people, hey, that whole bug shit fest, I was part of it. You know what I mean? I can say, hey, I got it. Look at me. I was part of that. You know what I mean? So, my man, Becoming Undone. Any last words you got to say before you're out, my dude?
Hey, everybody needs to like, subscribe, share the videos. They can donate. They can PayPal. They can bring their tithe money. They can bring their lunch money, their welfare check. Bring the food stamps to my man Nick Mo.
That man killed it. Becoming undone. I'ma holla at you, my dude.
All right, later, man.
Later. Now, this time, I hear his voice. I'm so glad he's here this time, because last time I didn't have any audio, and I knew it was on his end.
I have to use the fucking Skype web app.
I didn't even bother checking my audio. I said, I know it's him. I know it is. And it is. So everybody, my man, Dead Specimen, Conspiracy Theory King, the oldest young man that I know. What is going on, my dude?
I hate life. I have to use the Skype web app. I literally cannot physically get the fucking PC app to work. It doesn't work. I've tried everything I look up. It's the stupid same bullshit. Update your driver. Check Windows settings. I checked Windows settings. It's fine.
Yo, it's so funny you talk about that web app
anymore.
Yo, web app, right now, I tell you, when I use Zoom with somebody and they go, oh man, I could use the web app. You just start laughing. You're like, oh gosh, this is going to be No, I totally understand what you're going through, man. But nonetheless, you got to call in, man. So we get all the goodness of Dead Specimen. That's what we really want. Okay, so now we're going to get to some good stuff. So let's just start with the terrible stuff, man. Let's get that out the way. My man, Near Atal, I believe how to pronounce it, with BSNES, gave a whole, and I mean, that is like, when I read those, I could feel it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm reading it, I'm like, oh yeah, he's spilling it. He's spilling everything. And he's talking about so much he's going through. What do you think about the scenario? Do you think this is something that he's really, like, if you read it, you would say, I don't think we're going to hear from Near a possible real suicide? Do you think something like Joe, maybe going off the radar, starting brand new, you know, it's just too much right now?
It really could be either. It's, these kinds of situations I've seen in the past. You have situations, at least that I've seen in more niche communities, that you've got people like that, and then, you know, it turns out that it was just a way to get away from everything, and then I've seen, you know, well, Etika.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think with developers, do you think this is common for developers? Because, you know, the common theme that everybody think with developers is they're in their basement 24/7 in front of a computer and they never get out for air. Do you think that's most developers that they dive into the computer so much and they're on social media, they're just always in it, that they never step out and get reality? Or do you think that's an overstatement? Developers are nowhere near that, okay, and they're like normal people like everybody else.
I mean, you could have. I think there's generally three categories of developers. You have the basement developers, kind of like you said, just the basement coder doing something for fun. You've got the crunch developers at EA, effectively, and then you've got oh my god, I had the third category in my head. Where did it go? You've got the Cuphead developers who decided that it was worth it to take out a mortgage to work on their passion project.
And you're right. That is big. You're right. That is a good way of putting it, because you do have like you know, those game, and I forgot what they call it, the world game thing, where they come there and they crunch on those games for like a couple days and they come out with what is it, Game Jam or something like that. It's like Game Jam or something like that. But every year they have one. And you're right. People come in there and those devs just crunch. They crunch on it real quick. They come out with something, and it might be okay. And if it's okay, they go, hey, maybe we could turn this into a real release. They might work on it a year from now. But you do got the basement one. So do you think this is something common that developers deal with, like as far as, you know, putting out releases, hearing, because you want to hear feedback about things that you release, and you also want to be involved in the scene. But being that people got direct access to you, like let's think about Alchemy Gaming, okay, or people that when you feel like you have direct access to them, you feel like you just got a little extra that you could say or step on. Do you think that's an issue? Do you think these people should stay away from anything socially, or what you think?
I think it depends. I think if you're like, I know that the guy who made the game, and this is actually the name of the game. VVV, 6 V's is the name of the game, but it's a really, really fun indie game. The guy's named Terry Kavanagh. He's a really good guy. I don't think he composed the music, but he coded, I think he did all of, the coding and stuff for the game.
Nice.
And he's a great guy. He's very social. He's very out there, and he made a fantastic game. And he's also just a great guy. And then you've got, that one guy who came out today who I don't remember who he worked for. I think it was whatever team worked on God of War, and was bitching about how gamers like to buy things on sale. So you've got 2 categories, and so some need to shut the fuck up, but some are fine.
Hey, he's so right, man. Just think about that. You got somebody who's just happy people are using their stuff, and then you got another guy oh, gamers just only want things on sale. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I hear you on that, man. And I just hope the best for them. I do think a lot of people have insecurities and mental issues they deal with, and people handle them differently. Some people got tough skin. So there's some of you in your generation, that's especially, you got some people in your generation who are natural born trolls. They can come in there, they eat that shit up. They're like, ooh, I'm loving this talk. And then they talk about you and they go, oh, they're talking about me. Yes, talk more shit about me. And these trolls just eat it. They love it.
I know. We've got so many natural born trolls. I know there's even a lot of trolls in the Gateway team. I mean the SX team.
Yo, it's a new revolution that's taken over so bad so that now when I see trolling happen, I go, you know what? I got to give that guy his props. He's just out here working. It's like he's working. He's doing God's work of trolling. That's kind of how it is. And now it's funny. I take it the same way everybody else take it. So you're right. I'm just going to roll with the troll babies from now on. So now we off of that. Let me ask you, I'm always boosting about Call of Duty. It's my favorite game, man. It's the best game ever made, ever. And right now, Booker T said I'm suing Activision. Do you think there's any character or any person in the world that had a video game character pretty much based after them that attempted to sue and won?
Didn't Will Smith sue Fortnite over the Carlton dance or something?
Hey, I do remember that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. That was actually Fortnite. And I do remember that Carlton actually was trying to sue Fortnite for that dance. If I remember correctly, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, he lost that case because that dance could not be copyrighted. Okay, and the reason, and they went into a whole deep thing, but they stated that dances that are choreographed have to be a certain amount of time. And if they're not that amount of time, it is not a choreographed dance. So therefore, he could not sue. And I might be wrong, but I might be going over a little bit, but that's what I remember him trying to sue.
He just wanted quick cash.
Let's drop a bomb for you, man. That's the truth. That's the truth, man. He wanted cash. They all want cash. That's what it all comes down to. It's about the dollar. And especially when you see billions of dollars from Fortnite, not millions, billions of dollars from Fortnite. You think, yo, even if I sue for just give me 500,000, man. That's that's probably what, a day? Not even a day. That's probably like an hour. You know what I mean? Just give me an hour.
How that game is still so popular. It is not dying.
And I'm going to tell you what's made it even worse. They have now got even better marketing team. Their marketing team's getting better. Usually a marketing team hits a cap where they just can't get no better. Like Geico. Geico reached a cap. You can't get no better, Geico. Okay, that's the best. That's the best.
Dividends could save you 50% or more on car insurance.
So it's nothing it's nothing you can, they keep topping it. Right now, they got a subscription plan. Okay, guess who signed up for the subscription plan? Me, for my daughter. Okay, because I said I'm tired of spending $20 or $30 a month. I'd rather just spend $12 for her, and now she gets Battle Pass and 1,000 V-Bucks.
I've never understood why a lot of these games that have microtransactions don't just give you a button to pay them $100 to unlock everything.
Yep, they know what they're doing. Very smart. I would say the marketing is beautiful. Summer Ruby just came out. My daughter says, "Oh gosh, it looks so good, Daddy. Can I get Summer Ruby?" How much do you get? "Oh, I got 1,500 V-Bucks. How much is she? 1,200. Go ahead, baby. Bam! There you go. Just gave away how much.
The way that I see it is like it's funny because that's their marketing. Then you have people like me where I'm like, okay, I'm not buying your game then. I will gladly just drop you $100 if you want me to just get everything and have the complete game. But if you're gonna make me pull this, if you're going to make me pull this bullshit of having to, spend $1 55,000 times just to get the one skin I like, then fuck you.
Yeah, and also if you're a default, you're gonna be bullied. So you're gonna fall right back into that category that we just talked about a moment ago, where nobody wants to play with you. Oh, you're ugly. You're just a default. And it goes to that. So, no, I'm with you on that. So, Booker T lost this lawsuit. Do you think this character looks anything like this man on screen?
No.
Yo, I love that picture, too. He just looks so great.
If I'm not wrong, Booker T looks like a black man.
Yeah.
The Call of Duty guy, looks like a freaking West Virginian hick.
I'm with you on that. I can see that.
I don't see. I mean, I can kind of see. I guess the hair looks somewhat similar, but the face, I don't see where the face comes from.
And see, I'm with you on that. I don't see it in the face. And that's one thing he was really talking about in the case is the face, the facial expressions, the way he do this. And to me, take it as a form of flattery. And this is about cash too. I do believe that. And Booker T, he got money. You know what I mean? But I'm not in that echelon yet. When I get there, maybe it's like, hey, I ain't got enough. Who knows? Maybe, hey, taxes is coming up. Oh my goodness, my taxes is going to be $323,000 I owe. I need to sue somebody. I don't know. I don't know if that's how it goes or whatever. But my man Booker T lost, and I'm with you. It don't look much like him. So now, on to Overwatch 2 for Nintendo Switch. They said it's going to be hard as hell to bring this to Nintendo Switch. Do you think Nintendo Switch is going to continue to have this problem with all AAA titles that come to Nintendo Switch?
Was it ever not a problem?
No, it's always been a problem.
I think Panic Button's been the only people who actually been able to successfully get games onto the Switch. And LA Noire doesn't count because that game is 10 years old.
I agree. So agree. People think LA, and I'm with you. I'm like, come on, guys, it's 10 years old.
But I'm trying to think. You've got Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein. Panic Button is. I swear it's just straight up black magic. I don't know how they do what they do because they're fantastic. I gush over Panic Button because they are absolutely phenomenal at what they do.
I'm with you on that. Phenomenal. I mean, when I played Doom on the Switch, it was one of those games where I never played, but everybody told me it's so good, it's so good. And I'm like, I got it on the Switch now. Thanks to my friend Tinfoil, he hooked me up. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and try it out. You know what I mean? So I try it out, and I played it one time. I'm like, hold up. This is pretty good. I play it again. I wind up playing that and nothing else until I beat it. So you're right. It's magic. How do you make it look that good on Nintendo Switch? It's beautiful on Nintendo Switch.
What I'm trying to think of now, though, is are there any other really serious AAA games? I guess maybe Rocket League, maybe Cuphead. That's super backed by Xbox Game Studios.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I can't think of any sort of anything akin to Doom on the Switch or Wolfenstein on the Switch. So
I agree.
They don't have Grand Theft Auto 5, any Grand Theft Auto game as far as more on the Switch. They don't have any Call of Duty game on the Switch or Battlefield game or anything like that. I think this has been a problem since day one.
I agree. I think you're preaching right now. And it's been a problem. And it's amazing that it's still being talked about. Because, and you hear the same thing from developers. It's going to be a challenge. Hell yeah.
It'd be interesting. I should contact Panic Button and ask them, hey, if you guys were given the task, do you think you could port something akin to the PS4 version of GTA 5 to the Switch? Do you think you could do it? They'd probably say, we can't answer that. But then there's going to be someone on the inside who goes, hey, can we do that?
Oh, I think that would be sick.
I think even if they wanted to, they'd probably have some exclusivity deal with Bethesda. Oh, you know what's interesting if you really think about it?
What's that?
Bethesda, or
Okay.
Panic Button,
All right.
has possibly an exclusivity deal with Bethesda, who's a part of Microsoft. Halo on Switch confirmed, ported by Panic Button.
You are the conspiracy theory king. God damn it, he did it again. Drop another bomb. How did he do it? He linked it up. Yes, that's why. Now it makes sense. That's why it works so great. Gosh. Oh my goodness.
But for real though, I think I honestly don't. I would be shocked if even a Switch Pro gets AAA games on the Switch. Like I'm gonna put that out there. I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of developers especially with the fact that there were no announcements about the Switch Pro at E3, which I kind of was hoping for. But I'm actually more inclined to believe now that every outlet who's saying like, no, we have it this time, I'm just gonna call bullshit. I was like, okay, E3, that makes sense. But that didn't even happen. They couldn't even get an E3 announcement correct. So I'm just gonna call bullshit on this from now on. And if they ever announce one, I'll have to actually just see new Nintendo Switch announcement trailer from the Nintendo YouTube channel in order to believe it. And even then, I'm questioning whether or not developers have already basically officially written off the Switch. And even if they do release one, hooray, we'll get Doom in 60 FPS 1080p, but that's about it. I don't think we're gonna GTA 5 I don't think we're gonna see, because it'll probably take Rockstar about 5 minutes to port that onto the PS5, and we're not gonna see any old games getting ported now that there's a better console, and I highly doubt that we're gonna be seeing any AAA games get ported for a while.
Damn, man.
If they do.
And you're right. You're preaching right now, man, because we heard Joe talk about the Outer Worlds. Okay, and the Outer Worlds.
Oh, I forgot about Outer Worlds.
It came over, and he talked about how horrible it looks. Like, and they brought it up, but you're right. It's just it's going to continue to be a problem, and even the Switch Pro, every outlet, you're right, just keep throwing out some damn specs about some other shit, or oh, this is something new we found out, this is new, but everything I heard, it still doesn't sound powerful enough for these games.
Was Skyrim ported by Panic Button?
Ooh, good question.
I forgot about Skyrim, but that's also Bethesda, so it would make sense if that was...
You might be making a connection. Because that was something even Mitko, the guy for LifeSlide, he's the CEO of Dream Tech. Let me give him some respect. The CEO of Dream Tech for LifeSlide told me himself that they're gonna have it on the Switch.
Nope.
But
they did not port it.
See? Okay. That makes
so
sense.
Bethesda directly ported Skyrim.
Now, and he told me it was going to be a challenge to put it on Switch. He said he has it working with the joysticks, but he said the real thing they want to do with the Switch is use it with motion controls. And he said that's the difference. So I do think of these multi-level issues that people running, not only porting the game, but how to utilize the control scheme in the system to the best ability.
Does Persona 5 Strikers or Persona 5 Scramble count as AAA?
I would say yeah.
Oh, Battle for Bikini Bottom. Okay, that's really old, but it was
old,
a rehydrated one.
Yeah, that's AAA. So they got, it's been a couple.
Shin Megami Tensei 5. That just got announced. Okay, I guess they have a little bit more than just...
They got some AAAs in there, but it seems like certain AAAs, like you mentioned that one, that it can work. But you got certain ones like the Outer Worlds, where, like a lot of these devs mentioned, they got these high-resolution textures. And now, these high-resolution textures, when upscaled or downscaled or however you want to do it, they just don't look the same.
What there needs to be for, like, every game ever, but especially on the Switch, is do you want eye-popping visuals, or do you want good frames? Because I was a person who was gaming on a 4th gen Intel integrated graphics card, 12 gigs of RAM, and a mechanical hard drive, and a shit mechanical hard drive at that. I was gaming off that for the longest time. I could deal with the visuals not being the prettiest if the game ran and I was having fun. And so I think there's going to be plenty of people who they're just happy that they get to play, I don't know, Cold War on their Switch. They're just happy that they can do that at all. So, they'll run it, and we'll make sure that the experience is as enjoyable as possible, which I think most people would agree. Enjoyment comes out of the frames and not necessarily the graphics, because who the hell cares if the game is 4K if it runs at 5 FPS? Okay, great. I get a beautiful slideshow. I can get that on my computer using Microsoft PowerPoint.
No, that's true. And I'm the same way. I love playing a game. The visuals do come second. And now with the Xbox Series X and these newer systems, they are having more options to where you can specify, hey, do you want max performance or do you want max graphics? So you can actually say, hey, I want to make sure I'm not having any slowdown versus you want shit to look better with ray tracing and lens flare.
That's the thing is I can, if I have a game, it would be nice if I get to play it, but then I get to a really beautiful city landscape. So I'm like, okay, I'll bump the visuals up and I'll take the 15 frames per second. Oh my god, the city's beautiful. Okay, back to playing. Flip it back to 30, 60 FPS mode.
You might have brought up a Windows 11 feature, sir.
Oh god, Windows 11. Don't even get me started on that.
Hey,
dude,
they have officially said, I am a Microsoft fanboy. They said that. Now, this was their statement, not mine. The best system ever for gaming. Oh, it's going to be the best operating system ever. Continue. Take the floor.
I do like Microsoft. I love Xbox. Oh, hold on. Shit, I just ripped my headphones out of my ear. That hurt. Anyways, as I was saying, I do love Microsoft. I love the Xbox. It's my console of choice. Again, I think I've said this multiple times, that the Switch is kind of like a side console. You get a PlayStation, you get a PC, you get an Xbox, and then you get a Switch, along with one of those three.
The Windows development team is fucking incompetent.
Man.
I hate Windows 10 so much. I really do. Windows 11, beautiful. Apparently the Windows updates, a lot smaller. It runs a lot better. Great. That's most of my complaints. And honestly, I'm at the point now where, Microsoft already has all my data. They can keep taking it at this point. If I had known how creepy Windows 10 was, I might have just never touched it. I used it for a long time, and once I kind of started to realize it, I was like, you know what? They have it now. Nothing I can do about it. So that I don't even really care about. But Windows 10 is slow as fuck, buggy as fuck, not even that good looking. Windows updates are a bitch. Apparently Windows 11 addresses a lot of... It definitely addresses the visual aspect. I love how it looks.
The visuals I love. I do love the visuals.
But, Jesus Christ, the Windows development team is absolutely incompetent with how they handle all of Windows 10. I even had I for fun dual booted Windows 8. And I had a more enjoyable time on Windows 8 because I can classic shell is easy to install, but beyond that,
you can install classic shell.
I'm kind of a fan of the start screen. It's not the worst.
Yeah.
And so, if I'm saying Windows 8 is a more enjoyable experience,
dang.
And I would have Windows 7 installed on my computer if it wasn't such a security risk, and it also wasn't losing all. Which it feels so forced because Windows 7.
They forcing you. They are.
I threw Windows 7 as my main operating system a few years back, I think 2018, and that was people were still saying you should be on Windows. I think Windows 10 had already gotten beyond the majority of the market share at that point.
Yeah,
but it felt. It still had its place. It still has its place. And it didn't feel like I was using something from 2009.
It doesn't.
But now, with how Microsoft has forced its obsolescence, with the way that programs respond to Windows 7, it feels like it's something from 2009.
It does.
Even Vista, it looks somewhat modern, but just with the way it acts, I know people hate Vista, but it doesn't really apply nowadays because it was an at the time thing that people hated.
It was.
Here's the thing: if Vista had stayed the way it was up until Windows 8's release, let's say Windows 7 never happened and Windows 7 was Windows 8 or whatever, I think people wouldn't have hated Vista after a while because it was the problem of the stuff it wanted to do was too graphically intensive and drivers sucked. drivers get better over
Oh.
time. It was their fault for not giving driver developers enough time to make new ones.
Yep.
And they just released it too early. So they had maybe delayed Vista for even like they had the finished product, but they just delayed it a year or two. Vista would have been fine.
Yo, those drivers were horrible, man. I do remember, like, oh, I have to restart and disable driver signature enforcement again. Wait 1 second. Then you restart to install a basic driver that should have been already signed by Microsoft. It was terrible, man. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Now, Dead Specimen, any last words you got to say before you out, my dude?
Jeez. I have nothing today.
Oh, he killed him. Jeez. I'm still in it. I'm still in it. I gave you some gunshots. My man. Dead Specimen, as always.
Here's something.
Yeah, go ahead. Let us out.
For anybody who really wants Windows 11, if you go to your Windows settings, go to the update section, and then go to Windows Insider Program. If you join the dev build, you can get a pre-release of Windows 11 that'll be out sometime this week.
Shout that out. He dropped that knowledge. Y'all better.
And if you're on the Discord, I think my nickname on the Discord is still Dead Specimen. Shoot me a DM if you want to get Windows 11 working on your system, because I know all the workarounds and I don't have enough time to explain them here.
Oh yeah, I know how that is, and I'm gonna be hollering at you that because I'm installing on my laptop. So yeah, Dead Specimen, my man, I'm gonna be hollering at you, my dude.
See ya
later. So, as always, guys, we went over. We always do this, man. We go over. We have great shows, and we just go over. But he's right, yo. Windows 11, man. Shout out, Give me. Microsoft! NickMoses05 Gaming Podcast. I'm way over time, y'all. Appreciate it. Gonna be dropping the videos, video game debates, all that. I'm now back to work. Got the time off. So now I'm back. It's your boy, NickMoses05. MoFam. Love y'all.